Is the stream down? Is it back? Yeah, the stream died. But am I back? OBS disconnected for some reason. Is it back? We're back? So let's go. Thankfully it was quick. But it was an OBS disconnection. Saved, we saved. And we are going to save the game as well.
Reinforcements, huh?
I have a question though. Should we try playing the minigame before returning to Mel Tokyo?
Pretty good.
Wait, I replaced Colette and Rain, right? Or Colette for Rain. Wait, it's the opposite. I replaced Rain for Colette. There we go. You don't want to play League of Legends on the next days? You really need to tell me what happened that you are thinking about that right now. We can play other games? We can play other games for sure, but I'm a bit concerned of what's happening that you decided to make that decision. Let's save. I mean, I would love to see you playing other games, and I do think you should play other games, but I also don't want you to stop playing the game that you like to play, which is League of Legends. So I would say that the best thing you could do is like to balance everything. Like you can have different days to play different things, or maybe keep changing the games. Like if this is stressing you too much, you change to another thing or not. You're feeling bad and you're sad. But are you like that because of the game, because of the streams, because of both? Welcome back, Joe Dancing. Joe Dancing, did you do some workout today? You just want to give it some time? That's understandable. I also do have some games that I was giving them some time. You are confused? Speak slower? I can try. I was asking you if you were sad about League of Legends in particular, or the streams, like streaming League of Legends, or maybe both. And you should, of course, try to play something else that's not as stressful as League of Legends can be sometimes, so you can chill a little bit. I can give you two examples that I do here. Before starting a new JRPG game, I usually take breaks by playing some other different games from the most different genres, right? Like puzzle games, adventure games, platformers. I usually take those breaks before entering another JRPG game so I don't feel too tired on that experience. And another example was Roller Coaster Tycoon. Roller Coaster Tycoon is that theme park game that I usually play, that you have seen before and you couldn't understand it a lot, but it's that other game that you build a park, and that game is very long. It's like a very long game. It has a lot of content. So once I got tired of playing it, I gave it a break, or I took a break, and then only later I returned to it. And now I'm trying to play it while I can, or until I get tired again. So taking breaks is very important, and you have been playing League of Legends without stopping, so it's going to make you feel bad sometimes. I I would prefer us to talk on private, yes, because I think that you would be exposing those things too much in here. Sabri is saying League of Legends makes people addicted, not really happy, unless you are a rioter and you see people buying skins. Subaru, from what I have seen about League of Legends, it's not the game is bad, the game is good, but the community or the players, they can be really toxic and with no reason. So that's really depressing. We're going to stay here until the end. I may not be going for super long, but I do want to finish this part in here. I usually don't go until crazy late night hours, with some exceptions of course. For example, when we were playing Transistor on Friday, and thank goodness, I'm still glad that we decided to play it, because it was a struggle, but the progress we did in there was so worth it. There is a new game mode for League of Legends, like Auto Chess. Do you mean that the computer plays it? What do you mean by Auto Chess? Man, but oh my god, we will definitely be talking after they stream them. But don't feel that bad, man. You don't need to be crying that much. And let's meet up, right? Let's meet up this week, if possible. It could even happen today, Monday. Are you going to your class in the university? If you want, we can meet. Like, we can talk, and you can meet each other as well. For those that don't know, he lives near my city. He lives in Rio, so I do want to meet him in person. And hey, Chumod, how's it going, man? If you're going to the university, I could meet you in there for sure, because I'm also going to the university. Is it sunny beach here? Can I join you as well? It's being sunny. It's actually been sunny. Yeah, the weather has been great. You would be able to join us, Chumod, if you wanted to. So okay, Tor, we can meet each other tomorrow. That's up to you. Like, I probably would have the whole afternoon available to go to the university. So if you want to get there sooner, we can meet for sure. We are not really neighbors, but we live close by, and he studies in a university that's close to where I live, so it's easy to me to go there. I will go there because that's where I have the English class. Big Brazilian chill bosses. I was saying something about Rio's nature this weekend, right? I believe it was either yesterday or on Transistor stream. Sometimes it really makes me sad, like the situation of Brazil, but this last Wednesday, I was still like impressed with the beautiful nature we have in here. So sometimes it's like painful to be here because of violence, because of corruption, because of lots of problems that we have in here. But it's always great for you to kind of leave those problems behind for some seconds or for some time, and just enjoy the beautiful nature we have in here. This Wednesday was a very good day for me because of that. Because I really appreciated the nature of Rio de Janeiro for sure. It's really beautiful. But then sometimes the problems of life, they distract you too much, and you don't have the time to stop and appreciate those. But I always try to find some time to enjoy nature. Either when I don't leave my house, either when I'm just sunbathing, I'm enjoying the night sky, the sunset. It's very good for you to have a contact, or to keep a contact, stay in contact with the nature around you. The community once in a while has the biggest love ever. Wait, your ear finally stopped aching? Finally some good news, Thor. I'm happy that it stopped aching, or you stopped feeling pain on your ear. Oh wait, oh, it's only hurting now because you're super happy? What? That doesn't make sense though. But I hope it stops hurting again. That's Portuguese. He's speaking to me in Portuguese. But it can look a lot like Spanish. I believe that if someone here speaks Spanish, the person may be able to understand, let's see, maybe most of it. The question right now, guys, is are we playing it or are we not playing it? Say vote yeah or vote nay for this. Yes, in Brazil we speak Portuguese. Yeah, I almost said, I almost spoke in Portuguese right now. Yeah, in Brazil it's Portuguese. But then some people learn English like me, although we were having this conversation earlier today as well. Most Brazilians, they are not used to speak in English, but they can understand English or, I don't know, write things in English. But speaking is the biggest difficulty regarding Brazilians when they learn English, because we don't have many chances to really speak in English or to have a conversation with someone that speaks English. Good chiller, summertime, relax, hangout. Is it winter time in your place though? I'm guessing it is winter for you. I mean, never mind. It's not. It is winter for me. But it's been sunny days, so it doesn't feel like winter. But never mind, you may be having summertime in there. I do hope so. I do hope the days in our place have been sunny as well. Nobody answered my question, right? But I think I will give it a shot. Yeah, it is summer for you guys. You guys are right. Has summer been great for you, Joe Dancing? Has it been hot and warm? But you like winter a little better, to be honest? Summer makes you crazy? Why does summer make you crazy? It's summer in the US. About Brazilian summer, it is really hot, so I don't like that part of it. But there is also something about summer here that I can't explain. It's like a very nostalgic feeling that it's really hard for me to put in words, but it's something that I only feel on summer here. I don't know if it is because it is also the end of the year, so we have all of those celebrations like Christmas and New Year's Eve and stuff. But there is always this nostalgia feeling that makes me feel so great during summertime in here. I also have another theory regarding this feeling that I have in summertime in here, that many of the songs that I like to listen to, I think that they fit summertime very well. At least many bands that I like to listen to, they fit summertime very well. So they help me to feel this nostalgia and this summer vibe that happens. But I will never be sure why do I feel the way I feel during summertime here. Thor hates the Brazilian summer, probably because it is freaking hot. Do I remember where Joe Dancing lives? I think I do. Isn't it Missouri? I think it is in a state that starts with M, right, Joe Dancing? Is it Missouri? Am I right? There we go. I was at first thinking maybe it is that other one. How's it called? It is above Iowa. I forgot its name. Because that one is not Missouri, is it? Minnesota. Yes, I was first thinking on Minnesota, but it was not Minnesota. And then I was like, it's not Mississippi, so I got to Missouri. Summertime, everyone chill, yo Brazilians party hard. Brazilians do party hard. But other people also party hard as well. I have heard, I will need to ask Victor about this. I have heard that Swedes, they Swedish, right? That Swedish people, they also party really hard. If I often go swimming in summer, you know what, Yoda? That's one of my most regretful things. I really want to change that on me because I love taking a bath on the ocean. I love taking a bath on the ocean, but I usually don't go there to do it. I usually go to the beach to just walk around it. So I don't bath myself too much on the ocean. Brazilian girls, I'm into them. Oh my god, Brazilian bikini summer. What is this? What is this chat turning into? I'm scared. And by the way, I'm also scared about this guy because he's still here. But that's one of the things that I regret the most. I regret not bathing myself on the ocean more often. Because it's something that I love to do. Yes, I love the ocean too. And it's so grand. Oh! I can't play the... I can't play the minigame because Janice is not in my party! This game is being smart at once. They finally have done a continuation right. We had so many problems with continuation about this game. Or in this game. And now it's finally right. We can't because we don't have Janice with us. Hottest girls in the world, man, everyone knows it. Swim daily, I should. But what has been stopping me from swimming daily, because I do have access to a pool, is that the water has been cold. I hate cold water. Oh. Are we missing it?
Damn! They're trying to cut us off! Come on! We'll have to jump it! Whoa, wait! Time out. Are you nuts? We'll die if we fall from here. And if we abandon them, they'll die too!
About that though, can't they defend themselves? I'm pretty sure Rain and Janice, once again, they can fight those minions. They can beat them. But it's the game doing its plot, right? Yeah, let's go, let's jump. If we need to jump, let's try. Colette has wings, but Colette has not been listening to us that much though. But Colette did it!
Oh, did he help?
Oh, good job, Sheena! But wait a second, what if I didn't have Undyne with me? Wait, what if I didn't have Undyne with me because that was optional?
Safe landing due to an unknown force. No
Colette was like a boss, right? Colette was just like Luigi on Mario Kart, like they see me rolling. I don't know the music though, but that Luigi stares meme. Colette was like ignoring everything. But hey, what about Undyne? Would this be different if we didn't have Undyne? It gotta be, right? You live in Alaska? A friend of mine was in Alaska recently. All water is cold there? Oh my goodness. But yes, Pilot was in Alaska and I believe he traveled back to Canada yesterday, if I remember it right. Priscilla has been speaking like a robot. Be my guest, Emily. Oh my god, who's that? Thank you for the host, how's it going? Safe landing due to an unknown force. No damage detected.
Phew, thought I was gonna die. Thanks, Sheena.
Yeah, thanks, Shina. I'm playing your boyfriend's favorite game of all time? Seriously? But haven't he made you play it, or have you been watching him playing it? But welcome to the stream. Have I seen you in another person's stream? Because your username sounds familiar to me. But I don't know from which community though. Or maybe I'm just
I was able to summon her.
having the wrong ideas. I'm sure glad I was able to summon her.
Excuse me, but Professor Sage and Genus are...
Oh, you guys have played this before? Nice. And have you also really enjoyed this game? Oh, okay, so there we go. I knew your username looked familiar. So you're from Kate's channel. There we go. I think I do remember you in there. I do think also Kate wants to play this game someday. When I was checking Steam, I believe Kate bought this game. So let's ask her to play it. You guys enjoyed this game? Was this the only Tales game that you guys have played? Because this is my first time. This is my first time playing a Tales game, but I'm hoping to play the other ones later or after this one. Excuse me, but Professor Sage and Genus are...
That's right. We have to save them.
You played as Colette? I was using Colette a lot, but then now she kinda became a zombie. And I decided to play more as the other characters. But before that happened, I was using her a lot. You're currently playing Tales of Vesperia too. There is... Is it you, Yoda? Is it you that preferred Vesperia over Symphonia? Vesperia is your second favorite Tales game? Yeah, I do have some people in here that they say that Vesperia is also a great one. Zombie Colette, Glass RNG. We are this close to heal her, hopefully. We got the necklace. But hopefully she will be healed pretty soon. And then I will feel more tempted to play as her again. Especially because I was using her to talk to every dog in the cities. Because she likes to name the dogs. Although, as she's now a zombie, she can't be naming them. So I don't want to name the dogs later. That's right, we have to save them. But regarding the Tales games, the next one that I was planning to play is Fantasia. Have you guys ever played Fantasia? You currently prefer Symphonia, although one part of this game pissed you off. Let's see when that's going to happen. But that's for you to form an opinion on. I can see it, yeah. It can be like debatable, right? Then they must have escaped. I have one question about Vesperia though. Of course I don't want details because I hope to play it someday, so I don't want to get spoiled. But I do have one question. Is Tales of Vesperia dark? Or maybe as dark as Symphonia? Because I was really surprised that this game is dark. So I'm wondering if the other Tales games are also very dark. So they must have escaped.
Give us back our friends! Silence!
So this is what I don't get. We can fight those minions, but Rain and Janice could completely beat them. But they are not. They are not doing it. And this is one example on how I don't like the continuation of the events of this game. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. I don't know if they were getting arrested by a big boss or a big monster, but no, it was like these minions. These minions are nothing. dumb. So half of them are pretty dark, including Vesperia. Rob says they are all dark. Thor is going to take his medicine. Oh man. But I really wanted to talk to you, but it's up to you. If you want to take your medicine, then it's okay as well. We could talk tomorrow, right? But it's up to you, man. You think that Symphonia is a little darker than Vesperia? If I have Paraballs, I do think I have. It's your favorite move? My favorite move? Do you want to say it with me, Joe Dancing? I'm waiting for you, Joe Dancing, if you're still there. Let's see if Joe Dancing is still there. I'm really hoping she's still there. Okay, Thor, alright, man. No, Joe Dancing may not be there. Okay, so my favorite move is Ray Trust, because it was the one that provided us with the most memes so far. And then it became Ray Satellite as well. Symphonia deals with racism. That's exactly what's happening right now. When you don't know what Vesperia deals with yet. Thank you for that, Thor. That's awesome. Yeah, our favorite one is Ray Trust. I even made a dad joke with that move. In Ray we trust, because on how much in the beginning of the game she could only do Ray Trust. Like, she was completely useless, and every time she was doing something it was like Ray Trust, Ray Trust, Ray Trust. So, Joe Dancing! Why are you only here now? You lost the timing! No, Joe Dancing! Joe Dancing, come on, if you were here like 15 seconds earlier, I was calling you. I was here like, Joe Dancing, please say it with me. No, Joe Dancing! Dang it! I was here like, Joe Dancing, are you still there? Let's say it together. And then I wanted to tell Emily like Ray Trust, because she was asking us which one was our favorite move in the game, and of course it's Ray Trust. So I was like, Joe Dancing, let's say it together. But that's fine though, it happens. Yeah, of course it is Ray Trust. But Emily's favorite is Paraballs. Paraballs was an electric attack, right? If I remember it right. You finally chose which channel it's going to be your Prime sub forever. I appreciate it, man, but don't feel pressured. Like, don't feel pressured. I won't mind if someday you decide to support another streamer, friend of yours, it's cool. Don't feel pressured. Yoda's favorite is Demon Fang. Demon Fang was also very annoying. Especially after we met Kratos that also does Demon Fang all the time. Your two favorites are Paraballs. Oh wait, we still need to get that one. Be careful to not give me later information of the game, but I don't think we already have torrential Paraballs. I can check it, but I don't think. Oh my god. Emily just ruined the move to me. Emily just ruined Colette to me, actually. I can't believe we haven't thought on that. No, I'm joking. Like, I think it's funny that you were saying like pair of balls, but I'm shocked. Like, I was not seeing it coming at all. But I shouldn't be surprised because this game is dark, and some very weird dialogues happened already. So, what if the developers were kinda hoping for that to happen, right? Pair of balls, oh my god. Yeah, rip Colette. Yeah, it doesn't ruin anything.
Lloyd, everyone!
Janice is back! You guys know what that means. We can play the mini game again. Rip.
You came to rescue us.
You guys could have beaten them. Come on, they were nothing.
Of course. You're our friends.
But we're half-elves.
So, what's your point?
Lloyd!
But I do have a question though. Emily or anybody else that has played this before, something really weird happened in this cutscene here with the bridge. We were saved by one of the summons. We were saved by Undyne. I want you guys to tell me, if you know it of course, what happens in that cutscene if you don't have Undyne? Because Undyne was like a side quest. We were able to get Undyne last weekend. And wait, was it? It was last weekend, right? It was not yesterday. I think it was last weekend. I can't remember if we did yesterday already. It was last weekend, probably. I want to know what happens if we fall from the bridge and then there is no Undyne to save us. Is Sheena going to summon a different spirit or a different summon to save us? Because I thought it was amazing that they used the most fitting summon for that cutscene, but then I was thinking that was a side quest. What if I didn't do it? That's a question for your boyfriend. I wonder if he would know the answer, because I'm really curious. We were saved by a side quest summon. Maybe she would summon Corinne, and maybe Corinne would have like wind skills or wind abilities to protect us, but I have no idea. Or maybe even we would have a totally different situation that we really fall in the ocean. You're getting him to join, alright. Let's see if he's a pro in Tales of Symphonia and if he's going to have the right answer for this. But of course, I don't mind if anyone look for that on Google, it's fine as well. I'm really curious about that. Lloyd!
What about the tethe'alla half of our group? Do you mind if we join up with you? I'm from Mizuho. We're not exactly mainstream either. We're not that different.
I mean, Sheena has been with us for some time, so of course she agrees with this.
To tell you the truth, I can't say I'm really kosher with this.
Yeah, but Zealous, you were in love with Rain, so you are down, right?
Then again, people have always treated me differently, saying that I'm a descendant of angels. So in a way, we're a lot alike.
And that's what I was wondering. If he's a descendant of angels, just like Colette, how do you say... Chill, I'm sorry man, I'm not going to give you the translation for that. Your boyfriend says that side quest was mandatory? Why is it mandatory? Alright, Thor, give me a follow in there, man. But why is that mandatory? I mean, it makes sense now because we really summoned Undyne, and if it wasn't mandatory, then they wouldn't have a chance to teach us they wouldn't have a chance to teach us about the summons, right? Oh, wait, I know why it is mandatory. It may have been mandatory because of people from Haima, right? The Pietro guy, the Pietro man in Haima, he was sick. So maybe the whole situation in Haima regarding the dragons wouldn't be triggered if we haven't saved Pietro first. Probably that's why it's mandatory. We're going to bed, Joe Dancing, alright. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope to talk to you next weekend. Also, if you are still doing some workout this week, stay strong, go for it. And yeah, it's also great to have you here. Have a great night. Give me a final sour please. Give me a sour please goodbye. Wait, Sabri is saying a descendant of an angel? Are you saying that because you suspect of him being Kratos, Subaru? I was wondering if he was not a half elf. Here he comes, alright. But if it is mandatory, then we already got the answer. It just didn't feel like it was mandatory. Because it really felt like a detour. Yeah, thank goodness we do have a good community here, Thor. Yeah. Sometimes you do have some issues, of course, but for most of times the community is really chill. And by the way, I'm still hungry, for your information. Sabri is saying, if Kratos that was a human, he became an angel, wasn't that what he has said? Was he a human? Now you got me, man. I'm not sure if he was a human. I mean, by the time the whole thing happened, I was tempted to believe that they were all half-elves, because I believe it was either Yggdrasil or if it was Remiel, somebody told me that the angels, they are not really angels. They told me that they were half-elves with powers, and then the Exospheres would increase those powers. They would be able to intensify those powers, right? Yoshi, you are Emily's boyfriend? I have seen you in Kate's stream as well. How's it going? That's so great. And welcome to the channel. I'm playing Tales of Symphonia, and I have a question to you. Although Emily seems to have answered it already. And Emily, thank you so much for the follow. I was like very confused right now because we just crossed this bridge and we were falling on water, and then Sheena summoned the water spirit, Undyne, and we were saved by that. But then I was thinking, wasn't Undyne like a side quest in this game? Because it really felt like a side quest. And then Emily said that no, it was mandatory, it was like it was important to the plot progression. So I was like, here, really, it was plot? But then now it kind of makes sense, because otherwise why would they summon Undyne, right? That's why they have this cutscene like that. But I was really confused. Like I when I did the side quest, or when I did that thing of going back to the water dungeon and talking with the summon and fighting the summon and getting her to our party, or as a Sheena's ability, I was really thinking it was a side quest. You're doing great, but the Undyne quest was mandatory because you needed her to approach the unicorn horn at Lake Yumeisi. But what would lock me in the game? Is it Hima? And is it Pietro in Hima because he was sick? And then maybe the events in Hima, they wouldn't trigger if Pietro has always been sick? Because that's what I'm guessing. Like, we got the unicorn horn, but the only thing we have done with it yet was healing Pietro. So probably the events in Hima would never change while Pietro is sick, right? That's what I'm guessing. That's it? There we go. So now it makes sense. But honestly, they were feeling like very different things when I was doing them. And now I still need to find Clara, because Clara also needs some healing. So hopefully we can figure her place out as well. You watched yesterday's VOD. Kratos is a human. Thank you for checking that, Yoda. So Kratos was a human. Okay, so my theories about Zealous being a half-elf is gone. He's a human then. And probably Priscilla is also a human, right? They were saying she was a human. But this whole thing about half-elves getting their powers intensified and becoming angels really made me feel confused about what those people could be. Right, Subaru, I kinda have to agree. This made the game even more linear. I was so happy by the time I was going back to the water dungeon because I was thinking, oh, it's finally a side quest. No, it's still mandatory. Now getting to the other summon spirits was optional at the time, but not Undyne. And then it also makes sense because Undyne, being the first one, is the way the game has to teach us about them, right? Is the way the game has to teach us that, hey, you can get summons, and this is how you use them, or this is how you get their powers or their help. I was really thinking that we could completely ignore the summons mechanic and just progress, but it makes sense. Sheena's voice actress was in a game from your childhood? Was it? People have been saying that the voice actor of Lloyd is the voice actor of Robin from the Teen Titans. Although I have no idea, because I'm Brazilian, so in here those cartoons they were dubbed in Portuguese, so I don't know how's the voice of Robin in English. But people say that it's his voice. It's the same voice actor. Oh yeah, no. The less you guys tell me, the better. I do want to stay lost if possible, because I know that eventually the answers will come, and also eventually I may have some small talk like this one to clarify some things that were not clear to us, but they were mostly about past things, about things that happened before. Sheena is Phoebe from Bratz? I have heard of Bratz, but I have never seen it, or I don't know how the Bratz sound like. But Lloyd was Robin from Teen Titans, yeah. I was thinking that Jenny's voice, was like Ash from Pokemon's voice. But it seems that it's not the same voice actor. But that was the person that I could think on, or the character. Oh my god, Gio! Gio, how are you doing, man? It's great to see you. Cam Clark is in this game too, and yes, that's Scott Manville, who voiced Robin, and he's also the bassist, or do you guys say bassist or bassist? I think it is bassist, right? The bassist in the 90s band Boy Hits Car. I have never heard of that band though. But how are you doing, Gio? You thought it was Ash too? Yes, it sounds a lot like Ash's voice in English. I know that one because I'm a big Pokemon fan, so by checking out some videos and stuff on YouTube, I can identify Ash's voice in English. Also thanks to Twitch, right? Twitch was doing those Pokemon crazy streams and Pokemon marathons, so also thanks to that I know his voice. Bassist? Okay, bassist. Because you say it like bass, right? The instrument, the musical instrument is bass. So bassist. Wait, you said hi earlier? I'm so sorry, Gio. Oh yeah, you did! I totally missed it. I'm so sorry, man. How are you doing? How's it going? I haven't talked to you in a while. And I'm pretty sure you loved the E3 announcements, especially Banjo, right? But tell me the news. What are the news? What's going on? Also, Gio, have you ever played this? Have you ever played Tales of Symphonia? Scott Manville is also Dwayne from Full House. I do remember Full House. Veronica Taylor was Ash for a very long time. Then Sarah Natoceni did him after. But trust me, things might be a little confusing now, but things will all connect. Alright then, I do have some ideas and some interpretations regarding some things. One example is what's going on with Kratos. I don't think he's our enemy because before he revealed the truth, he told us that we shouldn't die. So I still trust him, even though he has been joining the dark side of this game. So I do have some theories and some ideas going on my mind, but let's see what's going to happen. This game is top 5 on your favorite games. What are the other ones? I'm curious to hear which other games are your favorites. You were so hyped for all the E3 announcements. It was a pretty great E3 in my opinion. Even though we didn't have Sony, we didn't have Sony's covers. And by the way, I'm sorry that I'm chatting so much and not progressing on the game anymore, but I love to chat. I do give a lot of attention to my chat. But I know some people may get bored by it, because I do sometimes forget about the game for a while. But yeah, it was not like a bad E3 even though Sony was not on it. In my opinion, Square was really able to replace Sony in a very good way. I'm not saying it was like the same level, but it still did a great job, especially with that amazing Final Fantasy VII Remake announcement, or like trailer, right? They gave us more information about the game and a beautiful trailer, and even gameplay. But also some other little surprises, for example, Final Fantasy VIII getting on the Switch. I was really hoping for that because Final Fantasy VIII is the one that never gets the love, and it shouldn't be excluded or separated from the other ones. Wait, Genesis... He is! I also know Tails' voice in English because of Sonic games. There are some Sonic games that Tails has voice acting. It is really Tails, you guys are right. Oh, you have this game, but you didn't get super far though? I would say that I'm a little bit far, but not like... I'm not close to the end game, I would feel like answering. But be careful, like if you still want to play this game at some point and you don't want to get spoiled, be careful, because some major plot developments already happened. You thought that it was very underwhelming this year? 8 will come, there is legal issues surrounding media within the game right now, like licensed music, or licensed, right? Licensed music? Tigorian, thank you so much for the follow. I made you guys a question before, I don't know if you guys answered it. Still speaking about Tales games. I do want to play Tales of Fantasia after this one. I want to know if you guys have played it, what do you guys think about it. Should I not play Fantasia next? Should I play another one next? But the thing is that I don't know if my computer would handle, for example, Tales of Vesperia. My computer is not the best one. But I'm pretty sure my computer can handle Fantasia, because Fantasia is for Super Nintendo, and there is a remake for the GBA, so my computer can handle that. Yeah, there was a remake for GBA. The original one was for Super Nintendo, but it was only in Japanese. It was only released in Japan, it seems. I also think you can find a patch with the English language, but I'm hoping to play the remake for GBA that has the English language. A new Tales series is coming, are you hyped? I did see it. It was Tales of Arise, right? It's funny that at first I could not guess it was a Tales game being announced, but it looks good, yeah, it looks great. It has amazing visuals. It's looking really beautiful. But they didn't give us too much information about it, right? So I have no idea what's the game about. But it was weird to see one character removing a sword from a girl's body. That was kind of weird. But I don't know if that's a thing on Tales games. I will need to see. You have mixed feelings about Arise? And you didn't like Berseria or Zesteria? Let me ask you another question, but I'm pretty sure I know the answer that you're going to give to me. Have you played the sequel of this one? Because I had no idea Tales of Symphonia had a sequel, and then people brought this topic in past streams. But everyone said the sequel sucks. And the only people that said that the sequel would be a little bit good were the people that said, that the sequel would only be a little bit good if you haven't played this one before. Like if you play them independently, or if you don't compare both games. If you don't play the sequel thinking on the first one, thinking on Symphonia. But everyone that has played Symphonia, they hated the sequel for some reason. Your top 5 games: Super Mario 64, Tales of Symphonia, Majora's Mask, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and Child of Light. I do want to play Child of Light. That's one game on my radar. About Paper Mario, my favorite one is the one for the Nintendo 64. I believe most people prefer the Thousand Year Door, but to me, the 64 one has more nostalgia. It gives me more nostalgia. Regarding Majora's Mask, it's a Zelda game that's growing on me like crazy. It is definitely one of my favorites, but I still need to play some other Zelda games, for example Twilight Princess, that also is a favorite of many people, including Kate. So I still need to play Twilight Princess, but my favorite Zelda games are Wind Waker and Majora's Mask. But the more I watch or I see people playing Majora's Mask, the more I love it. I think it is a fantastic game. And then Super Mario 64, I also really like Super Mario 64, but it's not my favorite Mario game. My favorite Mario game is Super Mario RPG for the Super Nintendo. If not, my favorite game of all. I believe Super Mario RPG is my favorite game of all. You have never played Symphonia 2, you heard bad things about it. So yes, I'm a really curious person, so I know that eventually I may give Tales of Symphonia 2 a shot. Even though people say bad things about it, I don't mind. I always say this on stream that a game needs to be bad in many things in order for me to hate it. If a game has good music, or if the plot is interesting, or if the characters are alright, if the gameplay is good, or if the game is fun, one of those things may not be great or perfect, but if the others are alright, I don't mind playing that game, I still can enjoy it. So I will eventually give it a shot. I can see myself doing that, especially because I'm curious, and I'm also curious to see why people hate it. It's that guilty part of mine. But if in case you try to play it, the recommendation I give to you is try not to compare both games that much. For example, one of the reasons why many people hate Chrono Cross is because they were expecting Chrono Cross to be Chrono Trigger, and it's not. And because I played Chrono Cross not expecting it to be like Chrono Trigger, I actually enjoyed Chrono Cross more than Chrono Trigger. So I'm hoping that the same thing can happen to Tales of Symphonia sequel and this first one. Kate needs to play this. I think Kate has it. I remember seeing a notification on Steam that she bought it, so she has this. And yes, Majora's Mask is beautiful. You like this view of Sheena. Mario 64 is your favorite game. You completed 120 stars over and over. So I haven't completed 120 stars on the original, but I have the remake and I got all the stars on the remake. Someday I do want to play the original again and try to get the 120 stars on it. I know it's going to be harder because on the remake you have Luigi, you have Yoshi, and you have Wario as well. So they have new mechanics to help you out to get the stars. But I do want to go back to the original. A lot of spare time is just losing yourself in Mario 64's world. I love to listen to the soundtrack of Mario 64. That's how I lose my time regarding Mario 64. I have to agree with you, Yoshi. Chrono Cross is incredibly confusing. It is incredibly confusing. It was one of the games that I finished that I felt the most lost by the time I finished it. And the main reason why I think it was so confusing was because the time that they gave me the most information about what was happening, they gave it quickly. They gave it super fast. So I didn't have time to digest the information. They basically threw it like this, one after the other. Like, this is what happened, and this is that person, and this is how that person did something. They kept throwing everything in dialogue boxes, and I couldn't digest everything. I did have a serious conversation about Chrono Cross by the time we finished the game on stream. It was very confusing, but I still loved it. I still had a lot of fun by playing it. I also like that you can recruit many characters, but I know some people that don't like that much. Because they didn't get a lot of development. They were very empty characters for some people, but I kind of like that. Even though there were many characters and even though we didn't get a lot of deep development, I still thought they were original and they were different in their own ways. So it was not a thing that bothered me. It kind of felt like Pokemon, to be honest. You are getting like new people that are like new Pokemon with new skills, new abilities. As a Pokemon lover, it's just like Pokemon. You are getting in bed. Alright, Pythagorean, thank you so much for stopping by, for the follow. I have been playing this game on weekends, so I'll be back to it on next Saturday. And I hope to see you then, and have a great night. Mario 64 DS isn't paced as well as 64. 64 is much more simpler. It is, but I also think it is harder. Especially because of the old Nintendo 64 controls, right? Yes, Subaru, and then they give me the whole explanation about the whole plot of Chrono Cross just before the final fight. So it was too much to get, and I couldn't. It's funny that I also think that the community and the people that are there for you during the playthrough also really helps you to understand things better. For example, after playing Chrono Cross, I decided to play Xenogears. And Xenogears is a very complex game, but it's really complex. I can't say if it is more complex than Chrono Cross. I don't have that answer, but to be honest, during my playthrough, I felt like Xenogears was more complex than Chrono Cross, because in Chrono Cross, what happened to me was that I was playing it, and I was thinking that I was understanding it, or I was like, okay, I'm following what's going on, until suddenly you start feeling lost. Suddenly, things start to not make sense to you anymore. In Xenogears, the game is confusing since the beginning. Like, since the very beginning. So I was doing my best to understand it since the very beginning. In Chrono Cross as well, but I really felt like I could understand it better than Xenogears. But then, by the end of the game, I felt more lost. And then I was saying that the chat and the community helped me, because in Xenogears I did have people in here helping me a lot regarding what the hell was going on. So even though, personally speaking, I felt like Xenogears was more complicated than Chrono Cross, thanks to the chat, I felt like I understood Xenogears better. But both of them, great games, but very complicated games. You will admit that the camera work in Mario 64 is not the best. Sometimes it can be very buggy. You never played Xenogears? It's not a perfect game. It is very important for me to tell you that. It's not perfect, especially because it has 2 discs, and the second disc has a lot of flaws. Also, the dungeons are not the best, and also the fights are really hard and they can be really frustrating. And I'm not kidding about any of those things that I just said. So, if you're willing to not mind those problems, it's a game that I would recommend you to play, especially because it has an amazing soundtrack. And by amazing, I really mean it. It's really beautiful. And also, I can say that it has some of the most surprising plot twists I have ever seen in my life. Because the plot is what really makes Xenogears. The plot in Xenogears and the storytelling is really strong. It's like the strongest thing of that game. Even though on disc 2 it gets a little bit worse, the game is really worth the plot twists. So yeah, but be ready to play something very complicated to follow. Use a GameCube controller on your Wii. A lot of Nintendo 64 platformers have aged slightly because of the Nintendo 64 controller's weird stiff control stick. So you use a GameCube controller or buy a Hori mini pad for your 64 and it plays better because it has a better control stick. I can see that, yeah, Gio. I'm pretty sure this new controller would make the experience a little bit better. I wonder, and now not talking about the controller, but I wonder if I decide to play Mario 64 again, if thanks to the last games I have played, for example games like Mega Man and Cave Story, if I will be able to feel better regarding the platforming, because I'm also not a very good platform player, you know. I'm casual. But I'm hoping that the next time I play it, I also think it's going to be easier, thanks to my recent experience on other games. So a lot of people have been replacing their controller sticks with GameCube controller sticks. Oh, they have been opening it? Isn't it a big work for them to open it? Unless you mean that... No, I think you're saying that the GameCube controller works on the Nintendo 64, right? They are not really opening the original controllers, even though because I don't know how to open that. Oh, you love Xenoblade? I actually have to finish watching a Xenoblade playthrough that I have started many years ago, but Xenoblade is a long game. I don't know if you know the YouTuber called Chugga Conroy. I believe Gio knows him. I was watching his playthrough of Xenoblade and it was a very complete playthrough. And I was liking the game a lot, but I stopped watching it. I need to go back to it at some point. Playing Rayman 2, for example, on Nintendo 64 with the original controller stick gave your thumb blisters because the Cave of Bad Dreams level has so many precise platforming sections. No, they unscrew the controller and put in a GameCube control stick, so they really open the controller, I see. I tried to do that with my 3DS. RIP. I couldn't really fix the issue, plus I messed up with my L trigger. So now I need to get a new 3DS. I mean, it still works and I still can do some things on it, but when I tried to fix it, I made it worse. Then again, people have always treated me differently, saying that I am a descendant of angels, so in a way we're a lot alike.
I just want to go home.
I see. Alright then.
By the way, why is Sheena here?
I was thinking that Sheena had her business to do, but also she could be just avoiding the Mel Tokyo City because she said that she was hired to murder the Chosen and she decided to not do it. So now that we left Mel Tokyo, she's back, right?
I have orders from my chief. I'm supposed to observe your activities.
Oh, never mind. So now they also asked her to observe us.
That's typical of Mizuho. They're trying to decide if they should side with the king or you guys.
So now we have two people keeping tabs on us.
Yes, we do.
But I'm not trying to do anything or get in your way or anything, so...
We know that already. You're an honest person, perhaps to a fault.
At this point, I'm okay with anything. Now we just need Sheena to form a pact with Volt, and we can get those Reards working.
Yeah, but where is Volt?
Volt? Sheena?
I'm now guessing that this Volt side quest, or maybe not side quest, but this Volt thing is also mandatory, right? Because The plot's asking us to go after him.
Nothing.
This actually sounds more mandatory than Undyne.
Then shouldn't we go get the Riards first? Either way, Volt's temple is on the other side of the Grand Tethe'alla Bridge.
On the other side of the Grand Tethe'alla Bridge.
It'll be faster if we pick up the Riards, since the bridge is closed off right now.
Okay, but they are not going to work. They don't have mana.
Pick up? How are you planning on moving those things?
Yes, we don't have mana.
Just leave that to me.
Okay,
I prepared a secret weapon just in case something like this happens.
okay.
What secret weapon?
Yeah, vote. It is sounding very mandatory. You love the Runaway Guys circle of friends? Me too, Gio. I love watching, I believe I told that before to you. I love watching their Tron controllers panels, right? I love them so much. And then, I don't watch everyone, but besides Sugar, I also really like Steven, right? Steven and Mao. And I believe I also follow Mazei. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing her name right. Mazei, right? Sheena doesn't sound as Asian as you thought she would be. You at least expected a slight accent if she had a more American raised voice. Asian women tend to have a certain tone to their vocal cords. I can see that. Yes, they usually have a louder voice, right?
It wouldn't be any fun if I spoiled the surprise. Now let's get going! To the Fuji Mountains!
Sheena's voice is kind of very serious in my opinion. So we need to go to the Fuji Mountains. But is the bridge raised? Like we won't be able to return to the other side right now?
I can't believe we're gonna have to climb that mountain again.
Yeah, they are locking me, right? And look at this, now we have everyone. Like, everyone you have met so far is on our party. There we go. Now we have full. No. We are missing Kratos. Never mind. Kratos is not in here. But we have a lot of people. The name Mount Fuji almost made you hungry. For a fudge ice cream treat, I'm so hungry, Gio. But I may not be streaming for super long anymore. I'm also getting a little bit tired. Fuji sounds like fudgy. It's actually a reference to Japan's mountain. And okay, Yoshi, thank you so much for stopping by. Also, thank you for this whole talk about games. Thank you so much for the follow as well. If you want to keep watching this playthrough, it's on the weekends. I'm also streaming on Fridays, but I play a different game on Friday. I play my favorite PC game, which is Roller Coaster Tycoon. It's a classic. But Tales of Symphonia, it's back next Saturday. So have a great night and take care. Yeah, Gio, I'm pretty sure the Fuji mountain was a reference to the Japanese one because they have a city called Mel Tokyo. So it can't be just coincidence. When did I beat Bomberman 64 3? Do you mean arcade edition? If the ending was good? You are talking about arcade edition, right? That one? The ending was not really good. I mean, I was expecting like better credits to it. But you know what? At least we could find the credits. And the credits were not in the main game, like in the part of the game that you need to progress through the levels. The credits were actually after you beat all the mini games in Bomberman Land. So at least there was like a reward for us to complete all the mini games in there. But I was also expecting the credits to look better. The credits were very simple, very plain. I was expecting better credits, but it's okay. We were able to find them. We were able to beat the game. So, and I'm glad that you recommended me that game as well because it was very fun to play, and I had no idea about it. I was unaware of that game. So how is it going to be like our party? If you want, Gio, I can send you a clip after the stream because I clipped my reaction to when we got to the credits. Yeah, it was a very fun game. Also a very different game from other things we were playing. Bomberman Land? It was, to be honest. Yes, Bomberman Land was the best part of Bomberman 64, the arcade edition. Even though it was not based on Bomberman's standards, right? It was completely different. Yeah, I want to send you a clip because I think it was a very good clip of when we finally got to the credits of that game. So I will show you my reaction later. By the way, guys, should I finish the streaming here? Because I am indeed getting tired. I'm still a bit sad that we couldn't beat the minigame. The bridge is raised, right? Yeah. Half elves in tethe'alla. So Rain and the kid are really half elves. What? You are going to discriminate against them too? I'm sure it sounds like that, but you have got to understand, I have been educated this way since birth. Half-elves are stupid, savage, filthy creatures. You... Don't get mad, I'm just stating the common view. Well, I haven't been around them very long yet, but I can see that they are good people, not any different from us. Knowing that, but still being unable to shake the feelings, is what discrimination is all about though. Wait, I'm finishing the stream at the bridge like expected. You are not wrong though. Now even the bridge is against us. Like it's not cooperating with us. We have nothing left, Subaru. But I will finish it in here. Very frustrating stream because of those minigames. And also because of freaking... how is it called? Cybeck? But thank goodness we had a good chatting time. And hopefully we will be able to get through that minigame maybe next weekend, I don't know. You have a new Twitter? John Singh for wanting to get, which is like, I need to get some. Oh, at least it's not the Chocobo minigames from 7 or 8. Gio, we were actually talking about those minigames earlier. I actually think that the Final Fantasy VIII Chocobo minigames are worse than the ones in Final Fantasy 7. Because Gio, Chocobo breeding in 7 and the Chocobo races, they were hard, but they were rewarding. The Chocobo puzzles in 8, they were not rewarding, and they were not easy. Yes, I actually think that I saw that you changed your username, Gio. I wasn't sure to what, but I saw the username change, so I was now thinking, is Gio telling me that he has made like a new account? But no, it was the old account with a new username, right? I did see it, yeah. But I didn't see the... I couldn't remember the new name. By the way, Gio, I was talking with Victor earlier, and I asked him if he had checked Gabe's video, Gabe's cover of this weekend. Have you? Because I thought it was one of the best covers he has done so far. Maybe because I love Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum music. But he did an amazing job in my opinion. I even preferred his cover than the original. You haven't seen it yet? I really recommend you giving it a listen. Because, let me tell you my experience. I saw it was Diamond, Pearl, Platinum music, but I can't say that it was like my favorite music. So it was like, I will check it because it's from a game that I love the soundtrack, but I don't know if I will really like it because it's not a music that I usually pay too much attention to it. I was shocked because the way he covered it made me really love that music, even more than the original. So I was really glad that he decided to cover it. I usually prefer the originals, you're right. But that song in particular, it was the rival battle team from Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. That song in particular, it doesn't. I don't think it is the best one in the soundtrack. Like, I give more attention to the other songs. For example, Can I Leave City's theme, or Heart Home City's theme as well, Snow Point City's theme, and then there are some routes that have amazing music, but then I don't know if I will get their names right. Um, what's the name of that route? There is the route just before Snow Point City that has an amazing music, but I don't remember the number of that route. There is also a route that's very famous. That's the route that has the wind generator, right? Is that how it's called? The wind, or aeolic? Is aeolic a word in English? I'm not sure. But the wind power generation. The windmills. How could I forget the word windmills? The route that has the windmills. It has an amazing song in there. So those were my favorites. But then now I also love the Rivals theme, thanks to Gabe. So guys, did I save? I saved, right? Yes. GameCube Animal Crossing team? I don't know if he has ever covered Animal Crossing music, has he? You think he has? He's a big fan? Is he? I mean, I think you are right. I remember him really expecting the Animal Crossing news, right? Okay, so Draco is playing Ocarina of Time, I believe randomizer, I'm not sure. I'm going to give him a host. So thank you so much everyone for stopping by. You think he was with everyone else wanting the Nintendo Direct news? I was also really excited for those news. I was happy with the things that I have seen regarding Animal Crossing for the Switch. Although I'm expecting more. I can't say that I'm satisfied, like fully satisfied, but I'm hoping they still have new things to tell us and new surprises or mechanics to give to us. Because so far it's looking very simple. They do have some new mechanics, for example, you can now craft, and I think it is a good addition to the Animal Crossing franchise. But maybe because it is a game for the Switch, and I can also make this comparison to other franchises like Pokemon, maybe because those games are for the Switch, I have this expectation of they gotta add a major area, land, mechanic, whatever to the game that's like massive, because it is a game for the Switch. I have been dealing with this expectation for the Switch games. Maybe it is because of Breath of the Wild, maybe it is because of Mario Odyssey, Smash Ultimate, I don't know. But I have been expecting those Switch games to get something massive in them. It can be an overworld, it can be maybe like different islands in the case of Animal Crossing. I hope they have different islands that you can explore. That's what I'm missing so far. I'm missing something massive in that game, because so far it is an island that you can do all you could do before with better graphics, plus crafting, and plus milestones. But I'm expecting something massive, like, but hey, did you know that you could leave your island and go, I don't know, to that island to try to get some new materials, and you can use those materials to craft your furniture in your island? Or did you know that not too far away from your island, there is like this city, and then you can explore the city, you can go to the shopping mall, you can go to the, I don't know, to this game corner area. I'm expecting something massive. I don't want that game to only be your island. You know, I'm hoping for other things yet to be announced. And hopefully massive things. Not only a simple mini game. No, give me lots of things, like lots of new features. Are we going to get that or not? I don't know. But the Switch has been making me expecting... Wait, it has been making me expect those massive things. Same about Pokemon, and I'm super sad and frustrated with the recent Pokemon news. More islands, yeah, islands for you to go buy, find, or I don't know, look for crafting items, since that's the main mechanic they are adding to Animal Crossing. I want them to do something else besides your island, and hopefully they will do it. So guys, have a great night, thank you so much for stopping by, and I see you then. Goodbye.